What a move by Howard Roseman! Whoa! Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody, new King Dingbat here. After 2 days, the Eagles finally make a signing. Now, before we get into that, I want to give a special shout out to Spunky1991. Spunky has been one of my most earliest subscribers and viewers and supporters of my channel. I always appreciated him and his friendship, and I wanted to give him a shout out. Now, he also is a Eagle content creator. He makes videos, and he's starting back up again. And I just think if you guys love good Eagle video makers, I think you should go to Spunky1991 and sub him up. I'll leave the link in the description. He does a great job, and he has a good perspective on the Eagles. I really like it, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So definitely check out Spunky1991. Spunky, shout out to you, man. Thank you for all your support over the years. I really appreciate it. Now, as far as the Eagles go, we got a linebacker. It wasn't really the guy I was kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping they would go after the former Redskins, Zach Brown. They didn't do it. They instead signed L.J. Fort. Now, L.J. Fort has pretty much bounced around his whole career. I think he was with 7 teams total. The last few have been in Pittsburgh. He's going to come in, and he's going to probably, have a chance to start at that middle linebacker position. And he's probably going to get competition because I assume the Eagles are going to bring in other linebackers probably in the draft. But he's going to get a shot to start. He's been a special teamer as well. And the Eagles bring him in for 3 years. His contract with escalators in it can be up to $10 million. So it's kind of just, more of a depth signing than anything else. I can't tell you I've seen a lot of L.J. Fort tape. You know what I mean? I watched a little bit before I came on to make this video. It looks like he has a decent amount of speed and stuff like that. He did have his best year last year. So we'll see. We'll see what he is and what he does. But, this isn't the kind of signing that you jump up and go, woo! But it was a signing they need. They need depth at linebacker. They just lost Jordan Hicks. My feeling, though, is that when you see the way that they signed him, it kind of tells you how they value linebackers. They didn't run out to go make sure they replace Jordan Hicks with somebody that has played or that we know or have seen who is more established. They went right out and got a cheap guy who didn't cost them that much. Part of it's salary cap and all that, but the truth is I don't expect the Eagles to go out and break the bank on a linebacker. I just don't. It's not their way. Now, they do have Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas comes from the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens are known for picking good linebackers. And I think that in the mid-rounds is where we're going to see a linebacker. I don't think you'll ever see them draft a linebacker in the first round. Maybe with their second round or a third round pick if they had a third, which they don't. So I'm expecting probably 4th round you see them take a linebacker. This is one of those moves where it's like, okay, well, we'll see what he has. A depth piece, special teams. Okay, give him a chance to start. That's how we're going to do it. That's fine. You guys know where my head is right now. My head is basically, I need a running back. I need to solidify my offensive line. I think staying on the offensive side of the ball right now, getting a running back, getting that interior offensive line built up with depth, and even a starter in case something happens and Brooks doesn't come back or whatever it could be. Be ready for that. And the linebacker, signing him cheap to me is fine because they still have money to put onto the offensive side of the ball, because that's where I think it's about. That's what I think it's about. I think the Eagles need to go offensive. Sure, you got to address defense how you can. I prefer focusing on the defensive line and the secondary where you can. If they could bring back a Darby or something, which I don't know. But I want to run back. And like I said, I'm not impressed with Spencer Ware. I'm not impressed with TJ Yeldon. I'm not impressed with any of the free agents out there. But I am I am intrigued with trade possibilities and trade opportunities. If the Eagles are going to get a running back, I prefer do it by trade. Do it by trade. And I'm probably going to try to do a video today, depending upon if the Eagles make a lot of moves or not. But if they don't, I want to put a video out basically talking about different running backs who the Eagles could potentially target. Not saying that they're talking to people or these people are even on the block, but trying to think outside the box, trying to think how Howie Roseman would do things is what how I'm trying to look at this, how I'm trying to approach it. What running back on another team is sitting there that Howie Roseman would get that we're not even thinking about? Because it always seems like the Eagles acquire guys that we never even think for a second they're going to get. And, that's what I'd like to do a video on, basically talking about what move could the Eagles be looking at that we're not even thinking about. What potential players that we may not even know. Did anybody really think that Odell Beckham was going to the Browns? I mean, this is a crazy offseason. Anything can happen. And I don't think the Eagles signed Tevin Coleman yesterday because they didn't like him. I don't think they signed him because they don't think he was worth $5 million a year for 2 years. I think they did. I think the Eagles didn't get Tevin Coleman because the Eagles have something else brewing. I believe that wholeheartedly. So that's where I'm still focusing on, no doubt about it. The other thing I want to talk before I go is Desean Jackson. I just listened to Desean Jackson's press conference, and I was so impressed with Desean Jackson. That was not the same Desean Jackson that left Philly. He has matured. He is a different player, man. The main thing that I know and I could take from that press conference is this guy is so happy to be back with the Eagles, man. You could see on his face, he is ecstatic. He loves being back with the Eagles. And for Desean Jackson to be happy and motivated, I think it's a big deal. And I think he's looking at things from a mature level about the last few years of his career. He would like to end up with his own team, but his old team, but he wants to win a Super Bowl. Desean is here to win. Desean is coming into Philly to win and to go out with the team that he started with as champions. I believe that. And I think we're going to get one hell of a player in Desean Jackson this year. I was very impressed with how he felt, how he talked openly and honestly about how he's grown since the last time he was in Philly. And it's a great thing, man. I'm very excited about it. The other thing that I can take out of that press conference is Desean Jackson got number 10. Matt Collins is giving it up. Desean Jackson is number 10. So feel free to start wearing your number 10 jerseys. Because you know why? It's back. He's back. Number 10 is back, and I cannot wait. Like I said, I'm going to say this all season. You're going to hear this. First play of the game on offense of the season for the Eagles. It has to be the play action. When it's back to pass. Now he's going long. 80 yards to Desean Jackson. That's what I want. First play of the season. Take your shot. Because Desean Jackson is going to be huge for us down the field. And I always come back to the running back situation here. Desean Jackson creates space. So get yourself a legitimate running back, an upgrade running back, and Desean Jackson will create space for that running back. I'm just not impressed with these free agent running backs. I'm really not. I'm looking towards the draft. I think there's a lot of good running backs in the draft that can come in and play. There are possible trade avenues. And like I said, we'll discuss that later on today in another video. But Desean Jackson, he's happy to be in Philly. I think that you're getting a more mature guy, a guy who wants to come in, wants to go out with the team he started as a champion. And, he watched the Eagles win the championship, win a Super Bowl. And there's a part of him, and he kind of even alluded to this, that felt like that they had something special at the time. And that if Chip Kelly didn't trade him, he could have still been there going to the Super Bowl with the team that we had. The guy still can run. I've been watching a lot of his highlights from last year. The guy is still fast. He's still faster than 80% of the wide receivers out there. And I think that Desean Jackson, if he could come in and give us a few good years, he will secure his legacy as one of the great deep threats of all time. So I'm excited about it. So that's where we are right now with the Eagles today. We'll see how things progress. Let me know what you think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Don't be a dingbat.